The healing light, you haven't turned your back on the divine, and deep down, your spirit hums with a quiet love for this boundless presence. Can you shift the tides of the world you perceive? No soul can willfully unravel itself. When you feel as though you're striking at your own heart, it's a blazing sign that you're recoiling from the shadowed self you've conjured in your mind's mirror. And it's this warped reflection alone that you can lash out against. That self you've sketched might feel like a bitter stranger, loathsome and jagged, and the paths it drags you down can splinter everything in their wake. Yet the wreckage is as fleeting as a mirage shimmering over desert sands. Those who cling to these hollow images might treasure them fiercely, but they're grasping at smoke. Their devotees, though, are the divine's own kin, tangled in a web of affliction, their light dimmed by a fog they can't name. The divine yearns to pluck them from this haze, to guide them back to a vast, unbroken clarity where no shadow lingers. Your power to lift them has no ceiling. It's a gift spun from the divine's own hands, a thread of grace passed to you. Don't shrink from it. It's the lantern that lights your way to freedom. What beacon can pierce the gloom for the divine's struggling family, if not the radiance channeled through you? Picture a lighthouse standing firm against a storm, its beam cutting through the dark to guide lost ships home. It doesn't matter where in this woven tapestry of souls the guide's voice is heard. His welcome is a gift that blankets all. When your spirit swings wide its gates to him, a tremor of awakening ripples across the entire fabric, thread by thread. To heal your kin, you need only hold the divine's truth for them, like a weaver mending a torn cloth with a single steady stitch. Your minds aren't scattered islands adrift in a lonely sea. They're bound together, interlaced by the divine's singular thread of wholeness. He pours healing through one channel alone, for his family is one, each soul a strand in a vast, shimmering womb. To feel this unity pulsing through you is to mend them, because it reveals a simple truth. No one stands apart, and so no one truly falters. To imagine that a thread of the divine's tapestry can fray or fade is to suggest that the divine itself can unravel. But love doesn't buckle, it doesn't wield a blade against itself. To recall love is to cloak yourself in an armor of light, unshaken by storms. Even if one of the divine's own gazes into their mirror and sees only cracks, don't stand beside them in that dimness. By seeing the divine's glow within them, you rekindle the ember of love they've let slip from their grasp. Recognizing them as part of the whole nudges them toward the truth they've buried beneath layers of doubt. Would you fan the flames of their rejection, dimming your own shine in the process? Or would you call them back to their fullness, standing shoulder to shoulder to honor the source that wove you both? To see weakness in the divine's kin is to kneel before the same phantom they've raised. The divine spun love into being, not these brittle illusions that crumble under scrutiny. Every mirage of frailty is a warped echo of creation, a tale spun by minds too fractured to see that creation shares its strength. It doesn't hoard it or snatch it away. Affliction is a false idol, a shadow born from the whisper that your vitality can be stolen. But that's a threadbare lie. You're stitched into the divine, the wellspring of all might. A weakened deity is a fiction, a puppet crafted from the clay of its maker's fears. That's the ego's craft, a brittle, self-made specter, snarling yet fragile as glass. Is this the shadow you'd bow to? Is this the shape you'd shield with your breath, guarding it as if it held your salvation? Pause and peer into the egos. Tangled loom, its threads of promises and perils laid bare. Is this the pattern you choose to wear? To weave it, you dim the brilliance in your kin, losing sight of your own glow as the shuttle flies. You'd knot it tight in secrecy, cradling a phantom you think will fend off threats that dissolve under daylight's gaze. Imagine a traveler, hoarding fool's gold, mistaking its gleam for treasure, only to find it crumbles when the river rises. That's the ego's offer, a glittering trap that binds you to ghosts dot in the divine's realm. No one kneels to mirages. Instead, there's a gentle reverence for all that flows from the source, rooted in the steady knowing that each soul is a thread in the grand design. The divine's child doesn't chase illusions, but cherishes the one who breathed them into being. Wellness here is the echo of eternal treasure, a harmony that rings beyond the veil. I don't bring you my worth, but my care for you struggle to see your own shine. When you let your values slip through your fingers, you stumble into shadow, like a lantern dimmed by neglect. But my esteem for you can lift you back into light, because the divine's family shares one worth, a single flame passed from heart to heart. When I sent my calm I share with you, I meant it with every fiber. Serenity spills from the divine through the guide to you, a gift that's yours even if you don't yet reach for it. When a sibling falters, it's because they haven't sought this calm, their eyes blind to the peace already stitched into their being. Embracing that stillness unravels the mirage, and affliction fades like mist before the sun. Every child of the divine holds the power to sweep these illusions from the realm, simply by letting them dissolve within themselves. Picture a weaver snipping a flawed thread from the loom. The cloth remains whole, its beauty intact. I can mend you because I see you clearly, like a lighthouse keeper spotting a ship through the fog. I know your worth, and that worth weaves you whole. A mind at peace doesn't chase phantoms or tangle itself in clashing wains. I'll heal you with a single true whisper, a note of clarity that rings through the storm. Your trust in it and in me will stitch you back together, seamless and strong. I carry the divine's truth without a mask, and you'll feel this as you learn that you harvest what you're willing to sow. You could claim peace for all right now, unfurling freedom from every illusion, because you've caught the faint echo of that call. Place no shadows before the divine, or you'll miss its song. The divine doesn't envy the illusions you spin, but you do, clinging to them, tending their altars, because you fear they've birthed you. You've cast them as your origin, trembling at the thought that they've eclipsed the divine. Imagine a child clutching a clay figure, whispering to it as if it were their maker, when all along the true source waits with open arms. When those whispers drift to you, remember, nothing supplants the divine, and your substitutes are dust scattered by the wind dot at its core. You might think you dread the void, but truly, you dread nothing at all, a phantom with no weight. In that awakening, you're restored. You'll hear the voice you tune your heart to. You wove the shadow of affliction, threading it tight, and in doing so, you bent your ear to its hollow drone. Yet it's not your true craft, it's not the divine's will. It's a fleeting snag in the weave, undone the moment you turn toward the timeless. If the divine has one family, there's one truth, a single unbroken cloth. You share its reality, seamless as the sky. To raise other illusions before it is to clutter your own mirror, reflecting back a fractured self. You don't see how fiercely you guard these phantoms, how your hands work the loom to keep them alive. They shimmer only because you lend them your breath. Offer that breath where it belongs, and peace will settle over you, your inheritance. From the true source, a gift no shadow can claim. You can't craft your origin, nor did the origin you spun craft you. Honor isn't due to wisps of nothing, they're powerless to earn it, nor is fear, they're too frail to wield it. You've chosen to dread love's gentle embrace, mistaking its softness for weakness, and in that dread, you've traded your own strength and the aid you could offer. Picture a gardener turning from the sun, fearing its warmth will scorch, when all it seeks is to coax the blooms forth. At the divine's hearth, you'll find peace aflame kindled within you by the source itself. That call still hums, a steady note beneath the noise, and it will ring clear when you sweep the illusions aside. You can release the shadow of affliction for your kin, you must, if you release it for yourself. For if you glimpse that shadow anywhere, you've welcomed it into your weave, and in welcoming it, you'll kneel to it, because it was threaded to rival the divine. It's the belief that you can pick your truth, plucking one thread over another. That's not reality itself, but it's everything in how you see it, of the lens you can polish or let cloud over. Let me spin you a tale. A weaver once worked a loom, her hands deft and sure, crafting a cloth so fine it caught the light like water. But one day, she wove a shadow into the pattern, a snag of doubt, a thread of fear. She guarded it fiercely, convinced it was her masterpiece, until the cloth began to fray at its edges. Her kin begged her to cut it free, but she refused, fearing the loss would unravel her too. At last, weary of the weight, she snipped the shadow loose, and the cloth gleamed anew, stronger than before. That's your choice, to cling to the snag, or let it fall. The divine waits, patient as the tide, for you to choose the light.